Western North Carolina is one of the top destinations for outdoor recreation in the country. More jobs, more tourists, that's a win for all. But without balancing that success with environmental stewardship, this industry cannot survive.
ncIMPACT is made possible by funding from Civic Federal Credit Union and is a public media North Carolina production in association with the University of North Carolina School of Government.
The outdoor recreation industry is booming here in Western North Carolina. That means more jobs and lots more tourists.
I graduated from Western Carolina in 2004 with a degree in hospitality and tourism. I've always been an avid outdoorsman. When we first opened up here in Franklin, there was a void to really just have an outdoor store that really supplied people with hard goods and clothing, any type of item that might be needed for outdoor recreation. The people that come through our doors, if we take the Appalachian Trail hikers for instance, we have seen time and time again where hikers have come and they've actually purchased a home here, vacation with their families here. So obviously immediately we get an impact of people coming to spend money in our town, but it's the ripple effect that we really see as beneficial because we see people invest and they fall in love with what we have here, and it's a lasting effect.
About $1.64 billion annually is spent on outdoor recreation just in this area. I think this region is finally realizing that the opportunity is so great, it's worth our time and effort to really foster and promote outdoor recreation, not only as a sustainable portion of our economy, but also for a career path, for people who want to get out and work in that particular industry in whatever manner that might be.
People underestimate the size and scale of the industry and how much it contributes economically to the state of North Carolina. For hundreds of years, Western North Carolina was the playground for the Southeast, at least, and now it's really a national and international destination.
If you look at where we're located, we're within just a couple of hours of some of the major metropolitan areas in the Southeast, being Charlotte, Atlanta. So it presents a great opportunity for people who want to get into this area, see what we've got to offer, spend some time here, and then get back to wherever they're from in a relatively short amount of time.
Everything is here. We don't have to build anything. All we have to do is try to figure out a game plan on how to capitalize on that, obviously responsibly, but be able to look at it and say, how do we utilize the resources that we have here to make the most economic impact and the most sense for Western North Carolina, and doing it in a responsible manner. The people that want to be on the front lines and they want to have that impact in their community, that's what we look at. We look at it as we're not just a retail operation. We're here to impact our community. We're here to make our community better. So we have an opportunity to really influence our community in a really positive way, which is really exciting for us.
Exploding business growth and an influx of tourists benefits this entire region. But without careful steps to protect the very environment upon which this industry depends, it will be short-lived.
I started mountain biking in 1993, and Western North Carolina is where I got my feet wet. I think the things that I really enjoyed about it is that mountain biking in particular, gets you away from the noise and the hustle and bustle, and you deal with day to day, and just kind of gives you a space to be out in a beautiful area, but also to challenge yourself. The natural trail features we have in the national forest, rocks and roots, wet conditions a lot of the time. All of those make the sport really interesting and really challenging. A lot of people come from all over the country and all over the world to hike and bike on these trails. We can't figure out a way to manage these trails and preserve the natural resources we have here, that it's going to affect not only people's personal appreciation and enjoyment for these amazing resources we have, but it will also potentially have an effect on an economic impact on our area as well.
There are places in North Carolina that are being loved to death. They're being overutilized and or under-maintained for the amount that they're being used. So one of the things we discuss often is how do we spread that out? Because we also have places that are being underutilized. They're magic and they're wonderful, but they might not be well marked. So we work a lot with our partners in the environmental community to really discuss that balance, and not just in a philosophical way, but in a way that uses science and works with volunteers to see what work needs to be done where to keep this place beautiful, because its beauty is the driving force of the outdoor recreation industry.
Those recreational assets are the very foundational infrastructure for this industry, and so I think it makes a really strong argument to take care of these places. And if your wallet depends on, and your family's income depends on the places around you being kept healthy and clean, right? And if you are getting your health through being outside, you have a real incentive to take care of those places, I think, both monetarily and just through your time.
I think there's a lot of room for improvement for all of us, Industry 9 and other companies in the area, to try to figure out ways that we can work effectively with, whether it's the Forest Service or other private resources, to figure out how we can take better care of the natural resources we have in the area. I think it's critical that we as an industry, collectively, the outdoor industry, figure out a way that we can give back to these trails that have given us this amazing resource that's helped us grow our businesses.
For more information on this and other stories, visit unctv.org/ncIMPACT.